Welcome back everybody to week 140 of my reboot progression series. In this week's episode we are not only going to get our new masteries, we are also going to take a look at the newly introduced second season of Ride or Die and the Dave the Diver event. So before we get into those, let's address the masteries right here. I gotta say, the visual upgrade of Dark Omen and Dominion for Nightwalker are great. I do like them. Dark Omen now makes kind of a weird noise, which is a little bit annoying, but besides that, I do like being flashbanged every 3 minutes by the new Dominion. Well, I don't know if I really enjoy it, but you know, the new visuals look really great on this class, so we definitely got spoon-fed. Also, you know, I do want to use Dark Omen now off cooldown, and that's basically it, right? These are both really good skills to have boosted. Besides that, before we get into the events, I want to show off some Sia gameplay. Why? Well, if you look at the very bottom at the XP bar, yes, this was the week my Sia leveled up to level 250 and will never be looked at ever again. Yep, I didn't really enjoy playing Sia. I do really like the Salamander, and the visuals are kind of good. You know, the one background changing effect seems kind of wonky, right? Pixely, but besides that, Sia's okay. But you know, it's not for me. I'm locked into playing all the Cygnus Knights, and Sia is not gonna change that. But the level 250 Legion block is highly appreciated, and this doesn't really do that much for me. It gives me one additional block because, you know, getting to the next Legion rank at 10,500 is so far away. That's not one of my priorities right now. Then next up, we take a look at my Xenon. The Xenon is gonna be the character that replaces the Sia in terms of where I spend my time doing Arcane River dailies and Monster Park runs. The Xenon Legion effect is okay, you know, it's all stat, but I don't mind, right? It's okay. I had better classes to choose from that would just give me luck, but at the same time, Xenon feels like vanilla enough in terms of just being able to jump attack through Monster Park that I was, you know, really content on picking Xenon to do dailies for a while until the new hyper burning character comes around, right? And then, yeah, we are here. We arrived at Ride or Die, and I gotta say, especially in contrast with Dave the Diver, dude, it's so bad. I hate this event so much, and I do appreciate that it's just a weekly event and that's it, because having to do this on the daily would be so horrendous. It's okay. I didn't know that the modifiers should be prioritized over the life count, so I ran code S but with no modifiers and barely made it to 500,000 points, which, you know, gives me the max reward. And yeah, besides that, I did Disconnect in Horntail, which was absolutely amazing. You lose all your buffs, right? So yeah, I do love that, you know, this game has a test server that, you know, the changes are actively tested. Ah, no, actually that's not the case. There's no test server. That's strange, right? I wonder why there's no test server. Because the game don't fucking care. It seems like it. Yeah, I don't know. Regardless, this event is so bad, and they, you know, they shouldn't have brought it back. The new badges, dude, I don't care about a temporary badge. The duration should have been 2 years if they want to make it temporary, and otherwise just don't bother, right? Don't bother, it doesn't matter. So yeah, I hate this event. Let's talk about something way cooler. And what would that be? Well, it's the Dave the Diver event, the event where I actively purchased the extra runs, or the extra run a day, a couple of times, just because I think this event is so much fun. And I will probably end up buying the the real Dave the Diver game as well, because this gameplay loop is really enjoyable to me, and I had great fun diving throughout the week. It is, dude, the contrast between this event and Ride or Die is, dude, they shouldn't have put one of the best events that we ever had with one of the worst events and buggiest events that we ever had into the same patch rotation, dude. It just speaks volumes on how they take care of the GMS exclusive content. And dude, do I want to leave it at that? Everything the GMS devs touch turns to shit. Dude, it's really, really sad actually. Man. But yeah, Dave the Diver, awesome. Awesome. I am not following the guide to a teeth, because I wasn't really aware of it in the beginning, you know. But that's how things go, right? Now I know what to do. And even, to be honest, the restaurant portion of the event, dude, it's fun. It's fun. They struck down a pretty decent game balance here. And yeah, I don't know where they got the resources from to develop a minigame that is this sophisticated, right? Wait. No, it does make sense, right? Because Dave the Diver is not only a collab, right? But also Nexon is the publisher of the game, so it kind of makes sense for them to invest into this collab. But yeah, it was, dude, this event, so much fun. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But I don't really want to focus too much on event content in the series, because I wouldn't want to go back and watch, you know, how past events played out, to be honest. Unless, you know, they are like 10 years ago. So yeah, let's keep it at that. So yeah, besides that, I am doing Axe Lotus every week now that I have it fully under control with the new Masteries. And yeah, it feels great to be able to solo all the bosses that give me potential pitched items. Talking of pitched items, I got another ET. I think I got one like 3 weeks ago, but unfortunately it did boom. So there's that, right? And then at the end of the week, I was already able to claim my Ride or Die rewards. And yeah, what can I say? I think I would have gotten more if I would have drastically been given more points if I were to actually do the event properly and take on the X or Code X bosses with 15 multipliers and just suffer through that. But regardless, yeah, I don't know. The entire reward structure here. If you open the fragments or whatever, the, you know, these Kazakh pieces right on the dot, right on Wednesday, the cubes that you'll get from that aren't even enough to cube the badge, because the badge is only viable at week 2 and the cubes are gonna be expired by then. Dude, it's just stuff like that over and over and over again. When it comes to the GMS exclusive content, they don't play their own game, and they don't see this, and you know, this is the stuff that's never gonna be getting any better. And yeah, it's just sad to see. It is just a big failure on the GMS team's part. And yeah, with that, I leave you to your devices. This was a fun week for me regardless, simply because I do enjoy diving a lot. Yeah, it's so much fun. And yeah, with that, hope you enjoyed this rather short video, and I'll see you around next week. Take care everybody, and bye bye.